This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City. Well, hello, I'm John Cullum, and this is...
Emily Frankel, John's wife.
That's right, and don't you forget it.
I don't forget it.
Okay.
We are going to talk today for my blog,
Yes.
M's Talkery.
Mm-hmm. What?
I want to talk about fairy god persons. Fairy godmother, fairy godfather, the tooth fairy. And the reason is, if you had to pray for something magical, what would you pray for?
Okay.
Magical, not serious prayer,
Right.
not end the wars,
Uh-huh.
not win the election,
Mhm.
not that kind of stuff. Just if you wanted to pray for something fun,
Yes.
what would you pray to?
Okay. Since you chose this subject and you figured out what you want to do, I want to hear what you have to pray for. And then I will give my prayer.
Oh, well, I pray that we could get someone to put in a whole new front of our building.
Really?
Yep,
Well, I didn't know that.
because this building is very old and the stones in the building are getting to need stuff.
Pointing and...
But it already was pointed. It's expensive. But I would pray that we could make the building a wonderful color. Right now, our building where we're living is a deep, dark, typical sort of New York red nothing.
Well, how would you describe the inside of our building? I know what it looked like when I first came here. It was gray and dingy and dirty and dark. And
Well, now everything inside the hallways are pink and orange, but we're not going to talk about that.
No, I think you better
But I
talk
want the
pink and orange and red.
Pink and orange and red. And you can see from this crazy room that
And
we're
if we'd
sitting
had
in.
another floor, it'd have been blue.
You don't like me.
I love you. I think that's why I wanted you to talk about it.
Okay,
Because
well, what I would like to ask the fairy god person to do would be to maybe enable our son to live in California but to spend every weekend here.
yeah, well, you know how we could fix that.
Have him fly in.
Or we could move back to Malibu.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We belong in New York. That's where we are. We are New Yorkers. Okay, now give me one little fairy god person wish that you'd make.
Well, I'll tell you what, Emily.
Yes.
And this is, you probably don't know this about me, but I am so reluctant to, I'm so worried about not getting the things I wish for that
You don't want to mention?
that my biggest wish would be to be happy for whatever I get.
Well, dear fairy god person, please help John organize his brain a little bit better so that I know what he's talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that was a good subject, and I liked your answer at least.
Well, would you want to go on a trip? Would you want
No,
a gift?
no.
Would you want... Okay, talk about serious things. Would you want the fairy god person to end all wars?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Boy, I would like that.
Yeah, yeah. But then it wouldn't be this world. We'd be in a different world.
Would you want the fairy god person to organize things so that we could go to the moon?
Yes, for a weekend visit, not over, just maybe not even overnight.
Well, how would you pray to a fairy god person?
Carefully.
Well, show me.
Oh, pray to a fairy godmother?
Yeah.
Well, I'd pray like this. No,
You know, you're corny.
I'm sorry.
You're a corny guy.
I would pray that my wife appreciated me more.
Oh, John Cullum, I appreciate you.
Okay, then I'm
There's
satisfied.
nobody like
I
John
got
Cullum.
my wish. I think that's the end of it.
No, it's not quite the end of it.
Not the end of it? I'll
No.
have to think of something else.
Is there someone that we know that you have a wish for?
Oh, well, I don't want to get too serious, but I would wish that my son would get would get some job in theater or in movies or TV.
A major job. He's
Yeah,
already...
that would really please him.
We have a son named J.D. who lives in California, actually in North Hollywood. and he's going to be working on a movie with Johnny Depp called The Lone Ranger, and he's playing a good part. But JD has worked very hard, very, very, very hard. Thousands of auditions ever
Yeah.
since he was what, 14?
Well, he got a lot of. That's one of the problems. He got auditions.
Okay, let's make a wish for JD.
Okay.
We wish that JD
JD
gets a
good
big part. Now, in what? TV or Broadway?
TV.
TV.
Because he does a lot of stage work out there in California, and they don't care about it.
Okay.
All right. What do we?
This is us signing off.
Okay.
See you next week.
This is AI.R. See you next week.